This one they bring. It's called non-valid. Okay? In the dustbin.
Hey guys, Blessing here. So this is a very short video to give you guys an update about the legal battle between Lolo and Monica. Well, at least for those of you who might be interested to know, and of course those people that have also been asking what the current status is. So just to recap a bit, approximately 2 months ago, Monica Ambrose served Lolo legal papers via her solicitor, and the message of that letter is for Lolo to refrain from slandering them online. Well, when I say them, I mean Monica and her husband. So for Lolo to stop defaming their character and a few other points that were listed in that letter. So after Lolo got the papers, she was able to raise some funds online to get a solicitor to represent her. Then of course, Lolo's solicitor also responded to that letter that she got from Monica's legal team. Then eventually everything kind of like went quiet for a few weeks until Lolo did this video to inform her viewers of the content of the letter that her own solicitor sent over to Monica's solicitor. Take a listen.
My solicitor told them that their letter is invalid. Okay? So let me tell you people what is inside the reply they got. My solicitor told them that their letter is called invalid. It go nowhere. It did not stand out according to the law. They wrote rubbish. They threatened me. And in the court of law in the UK, it doesn't hold water. If they want to do another one, they are free to do another one. You understand? That is what my solicitor wrote to them. With all the gbogbo lishe evidence, bang, 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 sent to them. My solicitor said if they want to try again, if they want to bring another one, they can bring. Otherwise, this one is null and void.
So according to Lolo, her solicitor told Monica and her husband that the letter Monica's solicitor sent to Lolo on Lolo's birthday was substandard and to be regarded as invalid. So about a week ago, Monica and her husband did a paid event on Facebook Live, and during that live stream, one of the viewers asked Monica and her husband how the court case was going, and this is what they had to say.
Somebody said, tell us about court case. Oh, you didn't enter.
Oh, court case. Don't worry. On court case, I will explain by myself. But the first letter I sent to her, you were deceived. She lied to you, lied to everybody.
She lied to herself.
She lied to us. Oh, possibly she could not read the letter because she never went to secondary school. She can't even read, and she can't write.
How can she read that article? Even
she don't know. So she hold the paper. Hey, if you see the reply to that letter, my people, I was doubting if maybe one of those her ally construct those things. No evidence whatsoever, no attachment whatsoever, and she made a big blunder, man. He go mistakenly put 3 links that expose her as an evidence.
Only say.
Make I live with her. That woman, na jail she go see herself. That's my own plan.
You guys, according to Ambrose, the response that they received from Lolo's solicitor was also substandard, as it was not backed up with any solid evidence. In fact, he said that Lolo's solicitor mistakenly included 3 video links that are not in Lolo's favor, which actually sounds like scoring for your opponent. Anyway, it now looks like Monica and her husband will be proceeding to court. Additionally, Monica and her husband also said that they will eventually do a DNA test after Lolo meets certain conditions.
Court case, if they go on,
if they go on.
She needs DNA, right? Yes, I will provide it. I'm a documentation man. Everything I've told you today, should I show you evidence, right? Good. Come to court. Sign this paper. Then we go for DNA. Let the result come. Court. What is it? Am I guilty? No. You are guilty? There is a condition before we go for it. That is the proper way to do things, man.
So you guys just heard it from the plaintiffs. This case between Lolo and Monica will ultimately end up in court, which is quite a big deal to know that something that started off like a mere social media saga between two former best friends has now taken such a dramatic turn that could have a lifetime impact on all of them and on their civil position in the UK. I personally don't think that this impending court case is looking very good for any of the parties involved, and taking the case to court does not really seem like the best thing to do. But on the other hand, Monica and her husband have been the subject of insult and ridicule on social media, especially with their only son being dragged into the whole mess. And if you guys have been observant enough, you'd notice that ever since the news broke that Monica and Ambrose were taking legal actions against Lolo, most of the presenters who were always demanding for a DNA no longer mention DNA in their programs. And we also cannot deny the fact that the online attack on Monica and her family has tremendously reduced ever since this whole thing was announced. And Lolo, on the other hand, would also not want to be put on a gag order, because for her, if she should succumb to the demands of Monica's solicitor, that would automatically mean that Lolo can no longer express herself fully about her experience, and she might also be barred from ever mentioning Monica's name, which is a freedom that she might not be willing to give up. So at the end of the day, it's the judge that will eventually determine the way forward. All in all, it is quite unfortunate that this issue that could have been settled amicably between these two women ended up at this stage that we are now. So I'm going to continue to keep my eye on this story, and I will be sure to update you guys on new developments. So if you'd also like to follow the news as it unfolds, do not fail to subscribe to this channel, but do keep in mind that court proceedings could be really slow, so it might even take an entire year or more than a year before they eventually appear in court. Whatever the case may be, go ahead and drop your comments below and let me know what you guys think about this story. Lastly, if you get to watch this video on Facebook, do not hesitate to like and follow my page, and I will catch you on my next one.